Hello, my name is Tanisha Campbell, and this is my school counseling services presentation. As a general overview, to start, I want you to consider these three questions. What is school counseling? Who is a school counselor? And what are the ethical and legal mandates as a school counselor? What is school counseling? School counseling is a program ran by a licensed school counselor. School counselors use the programs to help close attainment, achievement, opportunity, and funding gaps among groups of students in K through 12 schools. Counselors shall be directly responsible to their school's principal. A counselor's role is to facilitate their assigned students' academic, career, and social-emotional needs. Counselors implement social-wide counselor programs, and the counselors provide services to students, parents, administration, and faculty. These services include, but are not limited to, coordination and use of community resources, as well as consultations and referral services. So who is a school counselor? A school counselor is someone who has an education background and has obtained their MS in school counseling. As training in Ohio, a counselor in training must obtain a master's degree in counseling from a regionally accredited university, and the program must include at least 600 contact hours in a school setting under appropriate supervision. Thus, completing training, you can apply for your credentials. In the state of Ohio, in order to apply for your licensure or your certification, you must pass the exam and pass a BCI FBI background check. So, what are your ethical and legal mandates as a school counselor? The law for school counselors serves to protect the public, improve the profession, and make professionals accountable to their consumers. Through ethical standards, ASCA has promoted the development of professionalism by requiring active involvement in professional organizations at your local, state, and at the national level by sharing skills, ideas, and expertise. Roles and services. So what are the roles and services? What roles and services do school counselors provide? School counselors provide direct and indirect services to students, their parents or guardians, other school staff members, etc. So all of those individuals are considered what you call a stakeholder. Individuals or organizations that have a vested interest in a particular program. Again, school stakeholders include the staff, the students, the school board, parents, families, community organizations. Pretty much stakeholders can be viewed as anyone with a partnership or that wants to partner with the school and aid in assisting students in their development. For direct services, you have core curriculum, you have individual student planning, and you have responsive services. Core curriculum allows a school counselor to provide a classroom of students guidance with a lesson on an age-appropriate topic. Individual student planning is designed to address students' need for a course of action in regards to their academics, and responsive services include individual counseling. It can include group counseling as well as crisis response, all as a means to establish goals for students that are both proactive and reactive in response to issues or planning. Indirect services to students. Indirect services are the services that students may not necessarily be aware of until it is time for further interaction. These include consultation, referrals, and collaboration. During consultation, a school counselor serves a purpose to help other staff members of the school community work through problems that may be inhibiting their ability to effectively work with the students. Consultation is simply the process of a consultee or a second party working indirectly to help a third party, the student. The next, however, is referrals. With referral services, a school counselor incorporates another professional to aid in servicing student problems. Many students are faced with issues that go beyond the measure of the school building, and it's simply unreasonable to believe that a school counselor alone can solve all students' issues within the building. So this is when they, enlist help or refer students to other, school staff, community resources, pretty much refer them to anyone that can assist in solving their issue or helping them come to a resolve for their issue. The last indirect service is collaboration. Collaboration and advocacy themes are frequently implemented through partnering with parents, educators, and community organizations, as well as through participating with the school district committee, the school board, community advisory councils, and in parent and community outreach activities. School leadership and advocacy expectations. When it comes to leadership and advocacy expectations, right now, I'm going to cover about 5 of those. Those will include the individual, the school and community level, systems, the public advocacy arena, as well as social political advocacy. Individual advocacy simply means it helps clients develop self-advocacy. It assists clients in becoming knowledgeable and aware of their situation and aids them to develop a strategy or plan to help them resolve the issue at hand. School and community level advocacy. Professional school counselors engage in community collaboration and systems advocacy. A professional school counselor involved in community collaboration works with community organizations to aid their advocacy efforts. Next is systems. Systems involves a more direct effort by school counselors to change the system. Instead of allying themselves with existing organizations to help address a problem, they will spearhead the effort themselves. Public arena advocacy includes public information. This involves creating and distributing materials that are about important topics to the community. Professional school counselors working from this level create school counseling program websites, blogs, wikis, write school counseling newsletters, send e-blasts, and design school counseling program brochures with helpful information for all stakeholders. Again, stakeholders include parents, guardians, anybody that's interested in the student or children's development and want to know how to address issues that they encounter. The last advocacy level will be social political. Social political involves contacting local and state representatives and policymakers to raise awareness about issues and working to create change on a much broader level. Professional school counselors will challenge the oppressions that are behind the achievement and opportunity gaps, which result in unfair practices facing students of color, students that are poor or working class students, bilingual students, and students with disabilities. program organization. Organizing a school counseling program is important and can be done through the use of the ASCA national model, and can be done through the use and is important and can be determined through the use of the ASCA national model. You can determine program needs, measure effectiveness, and communicate findings all throughout the program organization. So, what is the ASCA national model? It helps professional school counselors implement the national standards and focus school counseling programs on the 4 primary areas of foundation, management, delivery, and accountability. The ASCA national model has provided a more organized structure and identified the professional school counselor as having an integral role in the achievement and success of all students. Needs for program services determination. The needs for counseling services in schools is as high as ever. Although mental health services may be provided by a number of different professionals in schools, i.e. the school psychologist, the social workers, the school counselor, mental health assistants, behavioral specialists, professional school counselors are increasingly being considered important resources in the delivery of these services to students with emotional, behavioral, or social needs affecting their learning. The effectiveness of the program and specific services. Counselors were asked to create a yearly plan that showed how their school counseling program aligned with the school improvement efforts. All school counseling programs have some similar elements, but each program is unique based on the needs of the school. Each plan contains milestones and evaluation components to measure program effectiveness. Communicating program service effectiveness. The school counselor endeavors to enact change or secure certain resources for students. To be an effective student advocate, school counselors must create action plans for initiating change. This often involves communicating the plans to important stakeholders and gaining supporters and allies to assist in achieving the goals. A school counselor has a duty to communicate plans and data results to all stakeholders. This concludes my school counseling presentation. Thank you for your time.